Welcome back to The Legend of Heroes Trails Beyond the Horizon.
Please take as much time as you need.
Where we take
I
a
hope
look
to
around
see you again.
Edith in our afternoon tour, And yeah, we find, here in the TLoH District, we found a side quest of Saara Shaheena that isn't on a boat. Come on, Shaheena, the clerk already said they don't have it. Hold on a second, maybe they just missed it. I get how you feel, but we can't stay here for much longer. Oh, hey, girls. Didn't realize you were still in the city. Shouldn't you have caught a train out of here by now? Hi, everyone. We only stopped by here for a little bit before we head out. We heard this place might have a book we've been looking for. It's this magazine publication that was published when we were both little, but they don't have it in stock because it's too old. What's it called, if you don't mind my asking? Well, we don't actually know the title. All we know is that it's a rare publication that covers traditional Central Eastern performing arts. Sounds pretty interesting. Traditional Central Eastern arts. I believe Grant's pretty knowledgeable about the subject. I imagine it would be difficult to find if you don't know the name. But if you'd like, we could keep an eye out for it. Yeah, it might be worth tracking down. I know you two have a train to catch, but I'd feel bad if I didn't help the agency's adorable new talents. Really? Thank you so much. We'll wait as long as we have to. We really can't, Shaheena. I'm sorry, I know you're all very busy. There's no need to apologize. This is just how things go. We should probably hit up some folks who know a lot about books and magazines. Let's start by asking around the area. There's bound to be people who know a thing or two.
Let's get this party started!
Good. Let's start with a clock.
If I may trouble you a moment.
Oh, that's the book those sisters were looking for, right? Sorry, but I can't be of any help. It sounds like it's from a while ago, but if you don't know the name, there's not much I can do.
Take all the time you need. Be seeing you!
Is this Macmillan or is this Gisela? Gisela, probably.
This one's
Or
got
Giselle.
Major Amelia.
Can you spare a moment?
Oh, it's true, I like reading, but I'm afraid I can't help you. If you at least know what it's called, then I might be able to look for it.
Excuse me?
Editor-in-Chief Sullivan. Ah, I think I know which book you mean. You do? Yes, it's called Rack Paradis, which is also the name of a Central Eastern style of dance. TLoH Times published it over 20 years ago, and it covers performing arts from remote regions of the Central East. I even helped out on it in my younger years. I heard about it too. It was a popular topic of conversation around the neighborhood back then. There weren't many publications at the time that really dug into Central Eastern performing arts. I heard even some distinguished folklorists used it for their research. Wow, it sounds more incredible than I realized. If the TLoH Times published it, would you have any stock left in the back? Sadly, it wasn't in circulation for long, so it's been out of print for ages. We do have one copy in our collection, but it's the only one, which means I can't go giving it away, sorry. I see. Still, just knowing the title is a huge step forward. Right, we got ourselves a glimmer of hope. Might be worth checking back in with some folks now if we know what we're talking about. Okay.
Shard search? Go.
No, I just did that off screen. Just looking around, collecting grim shots. Rack Paradis.
Let me ask you something.
That's the title of a book, huh? It's out of print though, you should probably look somewhere else.
Maybe we should start studying astronomy.
Giselle.
Got something to ask you.
Rack's Paradis? Actually, I think I might have seen it recently. Really? Yeah, I'm into some strange books. Obviously, I dig through all the bookstores in the city, so I also scour the net for new finds too. Every now and then I find folks who are looking for a good home for the books they have finished reading. Remember seeing Rux Paradis floating around. I knew people engaged in trade over the net, but not like this. Sound like folks would rather give their books away for free than toss them. Works it for us? Mind telling us the name of the person giving that book away? Sure thing, give me 1 sec. Giselle took out her T-phone and hopped online. Here we go, this is them. I was right too, this book has the same title. But it looks like the deadline is today, so you should probably hurry. I'll send you the date then. Appreciate it, I'll hit him up. Van immediately reached out to the book's owner. Damn, they got back to me already. Thanks for getting in touch. Let's meet up in the Grand Circuit Ferris wheel. Our password will be I love you, Daddy. What the heck? That's not uncharacteristic of the online marketplace. Did I write anything about what they look like? I get a feeling I might be new to this sort of thing. In any case, heading to the Grand Circuit is our only option. Am I really gonna have to save a password? Okay, back to the Grand Circuit then?
Let's make haste.
I want to ride!
Sorry, if you don't mind, could you please play along? I'm nervous, I hope the handoff goes okay.
Let us search.
If I may trouble you a moment.
I love you, Daddy. Mrs. Gigi, we talked to you on the OrbiNet. Let's see, here it is, as promised. Thanks. What a small world, never would have guessed you two were Inspector Daswani's beloved wife and daughter. Thanks for all you do for my husband. We were looking to get rid of a piles of old books around the house and figured we'd use the net to deal with them. But Gigi insisted on doing the handoff in person, so I took on this challenge with her. The OrbiNet is, and will continue to be, central to our lives, so this is probably quite educational. This book looks important. Are you really fine with giving it away? Yes, it was just gathering dust on a bookshelf. Please give it to someone who needs it. I owe you one. You too, kid. Thanks. Please visit Montmartre again with your family. Yeah, I'll come back with Daddy. One of the others told Saara and Shaheena about getting the book, and agreed to meet up at a cafe in the Auber District. Wow! To think the day would finally come when I get to read this book. Tyrell Time Special Issue, Rux Paradis. Come to see the riveting performance of Layla Atur, a traditional dancer from the Central East. Atur, isn't that your last name? Oh, I get it now. Yeah, this is about our late mother. This is an interview of her while she was still an active dancer. We weren't even born yet at this point. We happened to learn about it from someone in the entertainment industry not too long ago. Ever since, we really wanted to give it a read. Look, Saara, Mom looks so young here. In fact, you and Yana look exactly alike. You think so? From looking at these pictures, the vigorous feel of these dances reminds me of you. You definitely inherited that from her, I'd say. Oh, stop. I'm not nearly this nimble. You know, I've never got to see this side of Mom. When she was young, I mean. She must have worked her butt off as a dancer. I imagine she did. She always looked so strong as she was raising us, even when she was in terrible debt. We need to push ourselves even harder, both in our dancing and our film work. For sure, even though we probably don't have a ghost of a chance of reaching the level she did. But, no, if we stick together then maybe, just maybe we can pull it off someday. Guess you both got something out of this then. Definitely, we owe you guys big time for finding this book for us. Now we can give our 150% to the homecoming performance, or even beyond that. Thanks so much, everyone. Don't mention it. You'll probably be up to your eyeballs for a while, but I hope you accomplish what you're setting out to do. And as always, if you've got any problems in need of solving, you know who to turn to. Thank you. I hope you cheers on. Oh dear. Then I believe we can consider this matter settled.
That takes care of that.
Reward deposited.
Alright.
Please,
Step on them.
It honestly sounds a lot like we will go to Farbad again in this game. Just how often it comes up. Next
Let's
and
hit
last
the
is the
road.
Auber District with red exclamation marks. And new in this game. It's been a minute since we dropped by the Auber District. Last time was maybe a month or so ago? I believe so. We sure had a lot of fun at the Aramis Academy Festival, didn't we? It seems as though we're close now that finals are over. I hardly see any students around at all. Well, it's not like we get many 4SPGs out here, but it's better than never at least. Worth taking a quick peek around and swinging by the cathedral. I suppose I can see why you might question the need to frequent this district. On a separate note, we need to find some place to park if we can inspect the bulletin board. You heard the man, Aaron? Let's pull into the school parking lot just up ahead. Oh, that reminds me, Agnès is at Aramis right now, isn't she? Perhaps we ought to stop by and say hello while we are here? Yeah, I guess we could do that if we got the time. In that case, why don't we grab some stuff from the patisserie for the student council members? With how stressed they sounded earlier, I'm sure they'd be happy to have some pick-me-up sweet treats. And I suppose it wouldn't hurt to buy a little extra just in case. I can hear my wallet crying, oh well. Sharing the love of Andalusia with the world is a cause worth breaking the piggy bank over. I'm gonna buy up the whole stock of a summer-exclusive free citrus yogurt mousse dessert. Let's do this! Shortly thereafter, we reached out to Aramis Academy and received permission to enter the school grounds due to their help during the festival. After parking one's pickup truck in the school's parking lot, they headed for a patisserie nearby. Hell yeah, we got the second summer limited edition tart, the no bake mango cheesecake. This beauty is the creme de la creme of all desserts. I've got to have me a slice now. Dear Adios, please shut this man up for me. Thanks. Then you do remember who we bought these for, yes? Be that as it may, it seems like Agnès and the others are fairly busy right now. Now may not be the best time to bring this over. I concur, it would be best to wait a little while longer, as to not disturb them. In the meantime, the ice packs they provided should keep the desserts sufficiently cool. Then why don't we put this time to good use by checking a bulletin board and stopping by the cathedral? A fine idea. We can return once our business in the district is settled. Sounds good. Not picking up much of a scent, but it does seem like there are some 4SPGs waiting for us. Visiting Aramis Academy will trigger an event that will partially update the Auber District. Circling back a bit though, it was one odd ass Colin made of me. Incidentally, Van, I've been getting a real kick out of your Bon Appetit blog. You read my sweets reviews? Well, damn. Means the world, honestly. Yes, well, that brings me to my next point. I'd like it if you could post more frequently in the name of making the confectionery world just a little bit wider. My hopes are high for whatever comments you and your friends have to share. Couldn't call myself much of a man if I turned down a heartfelt request like that. The sugary rewards he promised ain't got a thing to do with it. No, sir. Received a free citrus yogurt mousse from Holland to feature in a blog entry. Upload confectionery reviews to Van's blog by selecting premium sweets from the gourmet tab in the notebook. So, premium sweets, Edith?
All right, I'll put it on the blog.
Sure, go right ahead.
This is a lavender scent that spreads around your mouth in this soft, floaty way. Hard to describe, but very cheeky and fun to eat.
All right, I'll put it on the blog.
Hope it goes over well.
A quintessential Quincy product. This indulgent treat is filled with high-quality chocolate. A robust flavor and fragrance speaks to the care they place into the ingredients.
All right, I'll put it on the blog.
If you would be so kind.
These canals have an elegant taste, heightened by the deep flavor and elasticity of figs, making for a striking gustatory experience that I wager won't soon be forgotten. Alright. Now... we can only upload it once we've actually eaten it.
What do we have here?
License to kill a lowlife. There's a hitman formerly under Almata's employ who's still at large and has a hefty bounty on her head. We want you to drag this little rat out of whatever hole she's hiding in. Drop her off on the goddess's front gates. Do that and you will be compensated handsomely. This is a rather disturbing request. It's barely even a bounty hunting job. Almata, the world's worst mafia organization, has been totally crushed. Most of the remnants have been captured as well. But some of them had slipped through the cracks. And among them an assassin of a most wanted list? It's hard to believe. I don't remember all of the details of who she is, but the guild should have more information. I'm fairly certain she was a sniper at least. Sounds like a request has some beef with this lady. Now that they know where she is, we decided to take revenge. Are you worried about something? Well, there's something bugging me. Wait, you can't seriously mean to take this on. I didn't say that. Regardless, it's a force budgie, I can't just ignore it. So let's at least check in with the guild and see what they know. Alright, but I won't let you dirty your hands in front of me. Keep that in mind while we're talking to Hazel. Alright, but it all depends on what we learn.
Let's hurry up and finish this.
Add to the guild has been added to the top of the travel menu.
Welcome to Andalusia, participant. What would you like?
Recipe and hot milk tea.
Come again.
I don't know. Milk in the tea never convinced me before.
May the goddess watch over us all.
The cathedral never
Search
fails
time.
to astound me.
Daily prayer is an important...
Now, just because they said the district will update once we meet Agnès, I want to take a quick look. This is the embassy for the Principality of Elsheim. If I'm not mistaken, you're an acquaintance of Prince Jareed's, correct? Did you have a message for him? Nah, we're just passing by. Already talked to him earlier anyway. Welcome to Edith Cathedral. Would you like to pray for the success of the space program? We've received a number of visitors who have expressed interest in doing so recently. Let us know if you're interested as well.
Now where?
Today was so much fun, you guys. You're doing really well in class, Jota. But make sure you keep studying your math, too. The next step is gonna be a showdown between you and me, you hear? Got it. See you later. Yoda can be kinda weird sometimes, but he's a super hard worker. Can't wait to play with him again tomorrow. Hey Yoda, apparently there's gonna be some space event happening soon, and kids can watch too. Really, I wanna go. School today was even funner than it was yesterday. Wonder when Mummy's gonna pick me up though. Mummy says the up buff is dangerous, so that's why she makes sure to come pick me up from school herself. I see Sister Miria is still as youthful as ever. Oh, she's still as clumsy as ever as well. At least she seems to be gaining virtue at the side of Father Nikolai. She'll come into her own in time, I suppose. Father Nikolai tasked me with visiting the cathedral today, specifically to deliver a report on the chapel in Old Town. It's a shame I don't get the chance to stop by very often. There's just something about this place that's so refreshing. Oh, I almost forgot. I need to ask about our teacher vacancy while I'm here. Surely someone must know a good candidate for the role. Just what kind of person would be the best fit? You hold extra special lessons on our Sunday school on occasion. We like to include guest lectures for them too. Perhaps I find our next guest here?
Shard search, go.
Let us search.
Search time.
Shard search, go.
No. Okay. Father Buck, apologies. Father Simon. It's been quite a while, hasn't it? I'm glad to see you are indeed as hale and whole as you claim to be in your letters. Bishop Orwell, glad to see you in good health as well. And Father Watson, please, there's no need to be so formal. I've withdrawn myself from the congregation for the sacraments after all. I'm an everyday civilian now. Humble as ever, I see. So he's got a pool at the cathedral too, huh? Well, knowing Master, I can't exactly say I'm surprised. The rivalry between the Congregation for the Divine Worship and the Congregation for the Sacraments doesn't seem to matter at all to them. I imagine it's because of their respect for one another. After all, why let petty disputes interfere with a perfectly friendly working relationship? Full glad am I to see Father Bergard again, and enjoying his life quite thoroughly, it seems. I must say that biker fashion of his is interesting indeed. Perhaps I'd like to try wearing something similar someday. If you're interested, I'd be happy to give you a few shop recommendations. You know, for a bishop, it's actually surprisingly down to earth.
Initiating search.
Yeah, it does in general not seem to be in sight anymore.
Shard search, go.
Braces? Regina, C-rank. Well then, shall we head in to do some combat training for the afternoon? We're gonna be fighting monsters, right? Oh yes! I'll have you know my combat skills are next level, Regina. I mean, ignoring everything that happened this morning and the fact that I only made it out alive because of Grey, but I will slice and dice those nasty critters to bits. Maybe so will they ever infringe on the safety of any civilians. It's kind of adorable just how naive she is. Well, just make sure you don't let your guard down. Of course, now's my chance to show what I'm really made of. Hope she'll be okay down there. We've been taking turns observing a new recruit lately, and so far she's exactly how the others described. She's adorable and all, but I feel like I need to keep a close eye on her. Kind of getting injured on my watch after all. She's got potential though. I'm sure she'll be a great bracer. Chop those nasty monsters to bits! Now's my chance to put the skills my brother taught me to the test. We have nothing to do here. So we won't go. Who was there? This is Sister Philia. Two bracers handling a monster bounty. They seem to have something of a mentor-mentee relationship. Or perhaps the dangers of combat could open their hearts to more? Wait, what am I saying? That's improper, Philia. Anyway, I pray that they will be safe in their endeavors. Oh, but how precious it is to see a senior guiding a junior. I pray that they'll be safe in their endeavors. I'm sorry, Raffaello, but it's an undeniable fact that this cake pairs best with tea and tea alone. Au contraire, Leifa, I'd say it pairs best with coffee. After all, its strong aroma meshes beautifully with a cake's flavor. It's simple math, my friend. Math has no relevance here. Oh, and by the way, I don't think the arms you hold in such high regard would look too kindly when you're making such a definitive statement. You make a good point. So you agree T is a better choice? That's not what I said. Aramis' music teacher and its math teacher. They were classmates, weren't they? I'm having a hard time making heads or tails of their relationship, to be honest. Mr. Raffaello and I are a bit at odds personality-wise, but despite the fact that he's a stickler for logic, he's actually rather flexible. That's what makes him so fun to debate with. Miss Lever tends to rely on her intuition rather than logic. That's why I often struggle to understand her line of reasoning. Though admittedly her arguments can be rather rational as well. I've actually learned quite a lot from her.
Let us search. Let us search.
A free citrus yogurt mousse and a no-bake mango cheesecake. It seems Holland's out to capture our hearts this summer as well. I have no doubt he'd do just that. It seems the end of spring was my diet's 11th hour. Spring, fall, winter, doesn't matter the season. In the end, Holland always gets you. I know the feeling. Don't beat yourself up about it, okay? Well, at least Holland's desserts make me happy, right? I mean, how could they not? Especially for seasonal fruits. Users look so happy as well. I'll be counting on the blog of yours, Van. But try not to fret too much over it. Just go at your own pace, alright? Haha, got it.
No need to be shy. Come again.
Initiating search.
I've heard they've recently started selling cakes for dogs at Andalusia, although they're apparently only doing a test run at the moment. Would you like to try one, Apollo? Woof woof. Cakes for dogs, huh? Damn. Holland thinks of everything. Ah, so pets will be able to share the joy of sweet treats too, huh?
Take your time.
The new first years are quite the
This area is quieter than usual. Due to the post-exam holidays, most likely.
No doubt. The kids are probably celebrating their newfound freedom.
Deals on wheels.
Not that they'll be going as buck wild as you did.
Agnès is here to help out the student council, right? I hope she enjoys the sweets we got him.
I heard our students are meant to be on break for the rest of the week, but funnily enough, I'm still seeing kids in their uniforms. Must be here for their club activities, I imagine. Ah, youth. So full of ambition. Seems like Madeleine here agrees with me. Hey there, welcome to Eddie's Deals on Wheels. Wait, Aquad Solutions? Oh, for the love of ears or nothing. But the smile you gave us was so bright and cordial, it would be a shame to forget it. Hey, aren't you the son of that lady who owns a general store in Old Town? Went and start your own business, huh? Well, I just wanted to be able to run a proper store like my mom's, you know. My old boss Thompson was the one who actually gave me the push I need to do it, though. I thought up a whole business plan, bought the cash I needed from the bank, bought this old food truck, and now here I am. Been kinda rough so far, if I'm being honest. Thought it'd be a good idea to set up in front of a school today, but all the students are on break apparently. Didn't get as many customers as I thought I would. But that's just the beginning. I'm not losing hope just yet. Ha, that's the spirit. Never give up, kid. Keep going and you might just open up a whole new world for yourself. Well, here's hoping, I guess. By the way, since you're here and everything, why don't you guys buy something? Promise all my stock is top of the line. Ah, alright. We can take a gander. Please don't tell Berzelia about it. With a family owning a bank and no mortgage, you want to try give me a leg up somehow. But I don't want to end up relying on them, you know. Gotta do this on my own. Feel kinda bad for keeping her out of a loop, but I swear I'll tell her once I start getting the hang of things.
What's it gonna be?
Yeah, but in the time she worries that you're trying to ditch her or something. So...
Later.
So maybe... isn't this Aramis Academy? But I was heading toward the Tyrol District. How did I end up all the way over here? Well, whatever, you just gotta get this thing delivered before it marked as late, Clutch. Don't want to go get yelled at again, after all.
Now where?
Have a Grim portal?
Reward deposited.
Oh hey, didn't expect to run into you two today. It's been a while, Mr. Powell, Miss Matilda. Why hello there. I'd heard you're always coming to our miss today. Something about having business with the student council, correct? Struck by the urge to mentor its newest members, were you? Ha, something like that. Are you here for work? I assume the break was for our miss teachers as well. We are indeed, though to be frank, some of our students aren't getting a break either, at least not really. We don't mind being so busy though, especially not when it's for the children. Plus, I'd argue work gives us a sense of meaning in life, something you don't get when you're lazing around at home. I can tell you got one hell of a work ethic, Miss Matilda. Seems the new student council is already busy. Imagine they struggle with getting a hang of things at first, but I have faith they'll manage in no time. I'm looking forward to seeing what they plan on preparing for the coming year. The first years seem to have finally accustomed themselves to Aramis. Some have even thrown themselves right into club activities, and of course, there are those who have been working with the student council. Yes, another fine batch of people this year. It's been nearly 60 years since the Auber Revolution, but even to this day, technology continues to astound me. To think humanity is actually attempting to reach the stars. Perhaps I'm simply not with the times anymore, but the very thought is mind-boggling to me.
Now then.
To reach beyond the sky, to the very seat of a goddess. Perhaps I'm simply not with the times anymore. Good. I keep thinking I'm gonna look up and see that sign Kisara put together. A shame I missed out on the festivities this time around. Sounds as though it was quite the event. I hear it even surpassed the likes of the festival Van and the schoolmates put together. That's quite a feat. I hate to admit it, but yeah, they outdid us. The bar has risen so high, the four-eyed kid's gonna have to jump the length of a skyscraper to clear it. Wait, back up. The order from where you said that... One might assume you personally attended the Aramis Academy Festival 8 years ago. Huh, is that true? Yeah, he was there, though we hadn't met at the point. He just happened to come by while he was in the capital. On day 2, right? That's correct, I rather had a good time too. The play you wrote was the event's crowning jewel. The Story of a Calvadian Revolution was its title, no? Young Elaine's performance as Sheena was as captivating as it was impeccable. You're too kind. Why didn't you tell me about this, Van? Oh, hello, Van. Long time no smell. I know I've said this before, but thank you so much for all your help during this festival. The school said you'd be swinging by. Something about having business with student council? If dropping off a little treat counts as business, then yeah. Sounds like they've had their hands full lately. Man, oh man, you don't know the half of it, but I'm proud of them. Not many students are willing to come in on a day off. Oh, and did I hear right that Miss Bright is going back home this semester? Things are only going to get tougher for them, so... Ha! Just one more boulder in the path they'll have to climb over. Still haven't finished our current slate of 4 SPGs, but we'll probably have time to do them later. Mind if we head on in? Of course, you are more than welcome. Here's your permission slip. With that, you have to carte blanche to go anywhere you like. Wow, this guy sure is being awfully friendly. Oh, he's always been like this. People used to call him a bit of a flirt, in fact. I can see why.
Albert, come on. It's not an LLC. It's an LLP, Limited Liability Partnership.
Seriously? Ugh, I swear, there is a special place in hell for whoever named these things this way.
I found the data from last year, so I can take care of that list. I've gathered some documents that might help. Sending it to your terminal now.
Thank you.
Damn, they're stressing up a storm in there.
It sounds like their work has them climbing the walls.
I imagine they're creating a vendor list for supplies the school needs, for clubs and the like. Revising it ever so slightly every year is always the student council's first assignment.
Yep, I remember that. Renee made use of it all the time back then.
I bet putting it together is harder than it sounds. Wait, that other voice. I swear I've heard it before.
It was Toa.
Yes, I recognize it as well.
I'm really sorry, you two. And I apologize for taking up so much of your time, Miss Toa. This turned out to be much more of a hassle than I expected.
Don't sweat it. Still, it's crazy to think Ren did all this by herself last year.
She's a superwoman, all right. Although, I did hear her saying she wished she had delegated these things to us more often.
Seems even the girl who can do anything still has some key lessons to reflect on. Oh, you think that's them?
Is that you, Van? Please, come in.
Alrighty then. Sup? Sounds like y'all are hard at work. Oh, hey, Miss Herschel. Been a while.
Yes, far too long if you ask me.
Toa Herschel.
I see you brought Elaine with you too. Wait, aren't you...
Bearguard Zeman. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance at last, Miss Herschel. I've heard many a tale of your NGO and Thor's exploits. I had hoped our paths would cross someday.
I'm honored, truly. Gaius has told me so much about you and...
Easy, easy. Let's save the introductions for later.
Hold that thought, if you don't mind. We brought a little treat for you, since we know you've been working so hard.
Did someone order a summer Andalusia tart? No? Well, it's on the house.
Yes! Ooh, baby, that is just what the doctor ordered.
Thank you so much. I was just thinking I could use some brain food.
I know as well as any how taxing student council work can be at times.
Now then, shall I brew you all some tea?
Oh, no. You don't need to go to all that trouble. I can handle that much, no problem.
Alright. If there's one constant in this universe, it's Andalusia's bringing the sweet, sweet goods with its exquisite limited summer menu. And there's another constant, it's the student council work being a total pain in the neck. You're telling me, we're facing way more issues with our vendors this year compared to last. We didn't want to bother Ren, but despite our best efforts, we ended up needing to rope in Miss Tower. Again, I'm really sorry. I hope you aren't leaving to miss your flight for this. Oh no, I still have plenty of time to catch it. Don't you worry about a thing. Besides, I wanted to help out, even just a little bit, to make up for my being out of town during the break. Oh, does that mean... Now that I think about it, Fee was telling me a little about this. You headed to that part of the country, Right, you did meet some of my colleagues at Marduk's headquarters, didn't you? Admittedly, I can't really disclose much, this being confidential work and all, but I'll be gone for around 3 days. Gotcha. I don't mean to get you to say something you shouldn't. Can't go breaking NDAs all nilly-willy now, can you? I heard you met some of Toa's acquaintances from Force at Marduk's headquarters? And one of them put out that request on behalf of the Epstein Foundation? Her destination appears to be the same as the Ashen Shiver... rather, the Divine Blades. This stays between us, but that's where Fee is headed as well. I won't lie, all this hush-hush talk has me curious about where they could be going. Makes you wonder what all those top bananas from the Empire are doing here. A little off topic, but I've been wondering something. Has everyone at school been hyped lately? About Project Startaker, I mean? Hype would be putting it mildly. I mean, this is mankind's greatest achievement in the making we're talking about here. The boys in particular have been going feral. It feels like everyone who doesn't have a T-phone is clamoring for one now. Yeah, so they can watch the live stream. The girls aren't quite as foamy at the mouth levels of hype, but since a lot of them are into astrology and stuff, there's still excitement in the air. And what's more, several are looking up to Major Amelia as a role model, which is fair cause she's wicked cool. Apparently a screen is going to be set up in the auditorium, so the students can see the launch on the day off. There was an official note about it from the Department of Education. Of course, it's perfectly all right to be excited, but lately I've noticed more and more kids showing up to school sleep-deprived. Some even had to call in sick during finals. Miss Matilda was awfully worried about the whole thing. Really, I hadn't realized. Seems like I still don't have a good grasp on the issues plaguing our student body. But that doesn't include the second years, right? Maybe it's only the first years that are affected?
Sounds as though you have company. I take that to mean you arrived at a good stopping point?
Hey, Wen. Hi, it's you, Wen. Afraid not, but we did make it to the halfway mark at least. Yeah, no small part due to Miss Toa carrying us the whole way there. That's not true at all. All I did was prepare a little paperwork. You guys did most of the heavy lifting. You seem a bit tired yourself, Ren. Would you care for some of the desserts the others brought us? Very much so, thank you. You didn't worry about the tea, however. I can prepare that on my own. Sounds like you've been a busy little bee lately. I suppose I've been buzzing around here and there. The issue with the school's Auber network has occupied much of my time today. That reminds me, Miss Toa. Shouldn't you be leaving for the airport? You'll miss your flight if you don't leave soon. Oh yeah. Not in one way, I should have plenty of time as long as I take the subway system hit with delays due to Auber circuit issues. Affected areas Auber District? That's not good. Don't you have to make it all the way to Edith Airport? Yes, I do. Maybe I have to make time if I take a different route. I'm so sorry. If it's all my fault. No, it's not. Don't blame yourself. As long as I catch a bus or a cab, I'll be fine. I'm not so sure about that. A bus would barely get you there in time. In fact, you still might not make it. According to my taxi booking app, it would take approximately 20 minutes for the nearest cab to arrive. Did someone call for a Spriggan taxi driver? We get you to your destination lickety-split. 0 wait time guaranteed.
I'm really sorry, you guys. I didn't mean to put you out like this during your work hours. Wow, though. I've ridden in this car before, but I'm only now realizing how nice it is. The seats are so comfy.
Aren't they? I'm glad someone in this truck got good taste. Actually just made some modifications around the wheel housings and... Oh god, does anyone have earplugs? Friendly advice, be careful bringing up cars around the boss. Get him going, you never hear the end of it. She's not exaggerating either. Oh, the same applies to sweets, by the way. And the most dangerous topic to bring up is saunas. Wow, thanks guys, what great friends I have. Your assistant just about know you inside and out at this point.
Agnès was right. You guys really do have a great working relationship. Even though you were all raised in different places, you gelled together so naturally.
We do? Well, we have been together for a while now, so I suppose that's to be expected? Oh dear. As a least employee for Marduk, I'm not certain I know how to feel about that assessment. I mean, we get along fine enough, I guess. But I'm a Spriggan, you know. The kind who will take the tough jobs nobody else wants. I've got my hard-boiled image to protect here. Says a cake and ice cream addict. as is plain to see, can be difficult for the young to tell apart their idealized and actual selves. If I wasn't self-aware about it before, I'm sure I'm now, Master. It's a little odd being lumped in with this group now. What about you and your friends, Toa? You seem to have a strong relationship with them as well.
Yes, that's definitely true. We went through a lot together in school after all. We may have all went our separate ways after graduation, but we'll always be connected, no matter what happens. Believe it or not, they're a big part of why I came to the Republic in the first place.
Wait, really? Huh. Toa. Not surprising to hear. You aren't really the type to sit back and play spectator when something clearly is going down. I mean, you commanded an airship during the Civil War, for crying out loud. Not to mention all the stuff you did during Jormungandr. And now you and your Force friends have expanded your operations to the international stage, for the sake of Zemuria as a whole.
Honestly, I think you're overselling my part in all this. I'm not doing anything as incredible as that, but I want to be. And I know my friends and everyone else at Thors feel the same way.
Wow, you Force people are in a class all your own. And you called our camaraderie impressive. Anyhow, I'm glad we had this chance to get better acquainted. Circumstances depending, I might be willing to take on a Force PG for you guys. We're already working with a foundation on the Grim Garden at Altina's request. Naturally, the guild would be more than willing to assist as well, should fee require it. I would be all too happy to lend my support to any cause my youngest pupil Gaius needs assistance with. Hey, wait, can we not make like 50 commitments at once here? Seems forming connections such as this is Mr. Arkwright's specialty.
Definitely. Thank you all so much.
An underground anti-immigration terrorist group, and you say they're operating outside the Republic as well? Yeah, though they don't have any connection to the space room that we know about. Be that as it may, this is an issue that's at the forefront of a guild's mind. Have you heard anything in relation to that group, Toa? It isn't unreasonable to suppose you have, with Force's extensive network of connections at your fingertips. Well, for one thing, I don't think this group has been active in the main part of the Empire, Liberal or Crossbow. But like the guild has heard, the northern side of the continent is another story. Some of our friends were personally involved in some of the incidents that took place in Jirai and Northumbria. Wait, really? What kind of incidents are we talking about here? Honestly, from what I've been told, we don't know all the specifics. The first sign of trouble was over 2 years ago, when Jirai was in upheaval over a bid for independence. They had been annexed by the Empire and were looking to become an independent state again, much like Crossbow and Northumbria. However, the people ultimately voted to keep it under Imperial rule. It's not a permanent decision. The citizens will revisit this matter and will vote every 10 years. With so many divergent opinions being thrown around, local residents and other parties struggled to reach even that compromise. And yet, multiple small-scale terrorist attacks took place, seemingly in protest. The collateral was minimal and no one was killed, thankfully, but the people were shaken with fear, leading to further disputes. Things had settled down eventually with an agreement ratified half a year later than planned, but the instigators of the attack were never identified. Even now, our allies from Force are still attempting to track them down. I've only ever heard the name Jirai in passing. To think so much had inspired there. Must be a slippery bunch if even the war heroes from the Empire can't get a lock on them. You claim that was merely the first sign of trouble. I take that to mean more have arisen over the past 2 years? Unfortunately so. The next one involves the people who are unhappy with the agreement. Over the past half year, many of them have suddenly gone missing. Ah, that links back to what you guys heard. Indeed, although that there was a common thread among the victims is news to me. Could there be a similar trend in Remetheria, Northumbria, and the Three Cities? I get a feeling this might involve brokers for undocumented immigrants like the one we ran into before. But isn't Remetheria a pretty wealthy nation? I wouldn't have thought they'd have issues with people having to enter illegally. They are wealthy, yes, but no matter how well off a country might be, it simply isn't possible to root out discord and strife completely. The real concern is, what's causing these people, however few they may be, to just up and vanish? This matter is already on Force radar. We want to make sure the situation doesn't escalate any further than it has. Good to hear you guys are all over this. Don't know what you guys are gonna be up to over in Basel, but if you need any help, you got my number. I appreciate it. So much for keeping the destination of my trip a secret. Guess the cat's out of the bag. Did Fee tell the she was coming with? Yes, she did. You're going to love Basel, trust me. The air is clear and there's a bevy of things to do. You might even run into some of my friends and family members while you're there. Oh, right. Yes, I'm sure your family will be helping us out a great deal. While I'm there, I really hope I get the chance to visit the observatory at least once. It's certainly worth checking out. Oh yeah, speaking of that, your grandfather was an astronomer, was he not? How did you know that? Is he that well known in the Republic too? What was his name again? Was it Alfred Herschel? I'm not sure most people here would know him, but he was famous among other astronomers. Yeah, we got the rundown on him not too long ago. You probably already heard some of this, but we stopped over at Agnès' house earlier and... After one finished explaining to Toa how her grandfather's name had shown up in Professor Epstein's diaries, they arrived at the airport. The group saw Toa off as she boarded the airliner for Basel before returning to work. Good. What's the matter, man? That look on your face tells me you're really hung up on something. Perhaps you're simply mulling over all we've learned now that we visit every district on our list, Jardin notwithstanding. Coupled with the information obtained from this morning, you may well have grasped a bigger picture, or picked up a scent if you prefer. Might want to dial back your expectations a notch or two. I ain't gotten that far. I want to do a little more digging in a certain spot I thought we'd skip, since it doesn't have a bulletin board. But we got some extra time, so what say we go check out the Blacklight District? I suppose we haven't gone there yet, have we? Been a minute since I hit up that dump myself. Seeing it's a seatbelt for criminal elements, I only pay it a visit when the job deems it necessary. Do you expect to find something there? Are there gangsters, mafiosos, or jägers just bumming around doing squat? Or could it be possible you believe we'll find a lead on the disappearances there? Nah, if fresh faces from other countries started popping up around town, we'd have heard about it by now. It's more I'm catching a faint whiff of something the shady characters down there wouldn't bat an eye at. And I want to see where that scent trail leads. Ah, that makes sense. In what way? None of the information gathered thus far could be considered alarming. However, with a root cause still unknown, proper risk management requires all potential blind spots be subjected to a thorough scrutinization. What she said. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Though that's not to say that finding the source of it in the Blacklight District is a for sure thing. Whatever. I'm game if you are. Worst case, it's a free excuse to do a little pants-off dance-off at the Mistress's Plaza. Not if you have anything to say about it. Can we just ignore him and go investigate? I could do with some genuine answers to at least a few of the questions raised today. In that case, I suggest we head straight over once the time is ripe. The Blacklight District has been added to the travel menu. Proceeding there will advance the main story. Okay. Should I head over to the student council room? Watching them work together like this is making me want to jump in and lend a hand myself. But as much as I may want, I shouldn't. For the sake of the student council, I need to work hard and overcome this on their own. Honestly, I should have been giving them more opportunities like this while I was still a student. I'm sure Albert and the others will manage somehow. Why don't we just sit back, relax, and maybe enjoy a cup of tea while we watch over them? My, what an eager first year you are, helping over student council duties like this. Yes, well, student council president Albert has asked me to. But is there even a room for me to help out at this point? Just jump right in. You can worry about everything else afterwards. But before that, could I interest you in some tea and a slice of cake? Really? Thank you. Jump right on in, huh? Ren's probably right. Alright, once I finish having this cake, I'm gonna pick myself up and get to work. I'm glad to hear Miss Tower made it to the airport on time. Oh, and by the way, those snacks you bought us were very much appreciated, Van. It should be just what we need to get us over the finish line. Yeah, looked like you guys were in for a heck of a grind today. But hey, somebody's gotta lend the new bossman a hand, right? Exactly. We should be able to finish by evening if we keep going at this pace. You and the others should do your best too. Hey, that's my line. Oh, thanks to everyone pitching in, we're about halfway done. Man, being student council president is a tough job. Yeah, quit your grumbling. Don't forget, you've got me and Agnès with you. Just one last push and we can all call this a job well done, new student council press. Then I'll be counting on you, new vice press. As a new student council president, I've got to be stronger than this. Alright, time to give it everything we've got. Taking over for Ren as student council president sure must be putting a lot of pressure on him. Agnès and I are gonna have to do what we can to lend your support. Okay, but the game actually lied pretty much about this area changing after the event.
Deals on wheels.
Because it was just in there. Alright, but I would end the episode then here. And next time we continue looking into the 4 SPGs. And see how far we get. Until next time, I'm Mace and don't get lost.